You've seen the build-up of this flat pack pedestal. I'm going to slow it down and take you through all the steps and show you how easy and simple it is for you to assemble yourself. Let's get started. Open up the box, pull out all the panels and find the instruction manual so you can sort all the panels according to the manual. Now the first thing that I like to do is take some masking tape and number up each one of the panels according to the instruction manual. I've got panel number 1, this is the top panel, and the easy way to identify that is by finding the panel which has a smooth top finish with no holes in the top, and on the underside we've got the holes for our dowel sticks and we've got the holes for our cam screws, which have got a plastic insert. So I know that's definitely going to be panel number 1. Now as you can see, panel number 2, which is the base, it has a large base, it's got holes on the side as per the diagram, and it's got a cover strip on the front with no cover strip on the back. And remember, it's slightly bigger than my shelf panel. My shelf panel is number 6, so I know which one it is. Let's quickly label that up now as well. Easily to identify are the 3 small ones, which is panels number 3. These are the rails. I've got panel number 7, which is going to be my door. That's very easy to identify because it's got the recess to accommodate the hinges, as well as being pre-drilled for the handles. And our last 2 panels are the large panels, which are the sides. Now we have a left-hand side and a right-hand side. Easy way to identify them. Look at the back section, you'll see a pair of holes at the side there. That's to accommodate the rail at the back, and you'll see an exact mirror image. Now make sure you're keeping the holes on the inside as well as the cover strip on the front. So I know this is the left and this is the right. Right, that's it. That's all my panels marked up. Time now to sort my hardware. Right, we've got our director screws, we've got our dowels, we've got our cam locks, and we've got our cam screws, our panel pin nails, our screws for our hinges, and our Allen key. We've also got our hinges, our feet for the unit, and a handle for the door. But you'll also need a medium-sized Phillips screwdriver and a hammer to knock in the panel pin nails. Before we start assembling, we need to start preparing some of the panels. We're going to start off with the dowel sticks, and I'm going to be putting them into panels 2, 4, 5, 3, and 6. Next is our cam locks. Now you'll see there's a little pointer at the top. That's going to be pointing toward the top hole of the cam lock insert hole, and these go onto panels 4 and 5. The next step is to insert our cam screws, and that's going into panel number 1. Now you're going to be screwing these into the plastic threaded inserts. Make sure you don't over tighten them, otherwise you are going to strip that thread on that plastic insert. The last bit of hardware that I'm going to put in are the feet. Now these are going to be 2 feet on each of these side panels 4 and 5. With all my hardware assembled into the panels, it's the fun part now of starting to assemble. I'm going to start off with panel number 4 and panels number 3. I'm going to slot those all into position and secure them with the director screws. Second panel number 3 at the top, push them in and secure on the other side with the director screw. The next section is going in the front section. Pop in the director screw, hold that level, and we can screw that screw down tight, and that'll hold it. With our panels number 3 in connected to number 4, we now need to put in panel number 2. We can rest this on that edge like so, and you're going to slide that all the way through, and you're going to secure the other side with the director screws. 2 screws on either side. I now need to put in panel number 6, which is the shelf. Now as you can see, this guy slides up in there, but there's going to be quite a lot of leverage. It's going to want to fall down, so rather take that weight loading off by just rolling the cabinet over, and that way the weight is taken on the floor, and you can slide that in, and you're not going to get any damage to your panel. Once that's secure, secure each side again with the director screws. Okay, panel number 5 is going on. Gently tap all those into place and then insert your director screws. Let's flip that back up onto its feet, and now we're going to insert the panel on the top. Now make sure you've got the cover strip on the front section, and you're just going to line these cam screws up with the holes in the top, as well as the dowel pegs to those holes. Now we need to fasten the cam locks. We're going to turn them 180 degrees clockwise direction, and as you turn it, you'll feel it grab the screw and pull that top down tight. Right, that's our structure complete. We now need to flip it over onto its front and add in our back panel. Make sure you've got the colored side or the white side facing inwards and the rough side on the outside. Now when putting in your panel pins, make sure you line it up that it goes through the center of the timber that it's going in through. If it's too close to the edge, it's going to burst out and damage the side. You also want to make sure that the nail goes in perpendicular and not at an angle. My back panel is in, flip that back over. We now need to add in our door, but first of all, we need to put our hinges and our handle onto our door. And then screw them down with the 19mm screws. Okay, let's quickly pop in our handle, get the first screw started, but before you tighten it completely, get the second one in. It just makes alignment so much easier. Now it's time to install my door to the cabinet. Now what's nice about this unit is they've pre-drilled holes on both sides, so you can choose which side you want your door to open from. Now instead of trying to struggle, trying to hold the door into position and screw it into place, I find this much easier just to flip the cabinet onto its side and then screw down those hinges, again with the 16mm screws. Before you fasten those hinges down tight, just make sure that you have a clearance at the bottom so the door isn't going to start catching as you open and close it. Now that your door is on, you're not quite finished. You still need to do some fine tuning of the hinge just to make sure that the edges are flush and square. Right, you'll see the hinges have two screws. Now that's two settings. We have a horizontal setting and we have a back and forth setting. Just loosen up slightly. Once you're happy with the position, just tighten it down, double check the opening and closing. Now my bottom corner is catching here on the door, so what I need to do is just pivot this hinge back that way slightly and maybe this one slightly forward. That way it'll cause it to rotate the door and bring that corner off from the bottom. The last thing that I need to do now is to remove all my labels and apply the cover stickers which come in the kit. We've got the small stickers going over the director screws, then we've got the large stickers covering up our cam locks. There you go, that's the assembly complete of this flat pack pedestal. That really was simple and easy to do, done in just a few minutes, just a few steps. If you enjoyed this clip, like it, share it. You can also subscribe to the BuildersSA YouTube channel. There's a range of DIYs and how-tos just like this for you to be inspired, get to Builders and get it done.